what the is council culture, dog. Say what I want about you, I'm like overdog. I treat you like I'm Jigger, watch I own it, dog. Oh, you worry about a critic, that ain't protocol.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Are you ready?
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. In motion, the tight end. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Now Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Got a man here, it's Bryant. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They run it again with Chubb. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, that's how you use your safety valve, CD. He didn't appear to be the intended target, but they got it to him, and he was able to get just enough to pick up the first.
And what a great example of where we are right now in the NFL.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
From the right hash, this from 44 yards out.
York able to send this one through.
And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So that if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
He was taken down by Delta. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Dolphins nothing.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Jamin Phillips coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson under pressure, and they got to him again. Jerome Baker, he's the one that drops in this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll drop to throw. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
York able to send this one through, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Okay, ready?
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with the pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. They'll run with Chubb. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on second and third down here.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Now it's Watson. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Out of the gun, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
York able to send this one through, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Got a man, complete to Cedric Wilson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Meanwhile, and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. He's going to float this one deep right side. That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds for the long connection.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Again, it's Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Throwing again on second and 10. Watson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Watson on 3rd down.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
11 yards there, just like last play.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
And trouble trying the middle here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
That play over before it got anywhere thanks to Christian Wilkins.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Tua. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Watson hooking up with Cooper there for the Cleveland first.
Chubb will get the call running left. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Watson now to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
From the gun, here's Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt, and it'll be Dolphin football.
On the double.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Tua going to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Got a man. It's Waddle complete. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Tua sets up to pass it. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Cedric Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Browns drive about to get started. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So for the Browns, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12.